Hi guys, welcome to day 2 of our Osaka trip. We're gonna head to the Kuromon Market today and it's pretty near the Dotonbori area. But first up, we're gonna get Starbucks first. We're heading to the market now. We got his Starbucks. And I don't know what. Do we plan to get anything for the market?
Sushi?
Yeah, we'll just go and see and go and buy some food. And then after that, have lunch again. When we first arrived, we were greeted with a fruit stall and a flower shop. And going further in, it's mostly just food options. Our first stop is one that we were super excited about, and it's sashimi. We got ourselves 2 cuts. One is the otoro and one is the akami, which is the fatty tuna, and then the regular firmer cut. The fatty tuna was super melt in your mouth, but the other cut was actually also really nice. Both options were really fresh and we both enjoyed it a lot. The uni, however, is not as sweet as I thought it would be. Next up, we went to get some beef. This is rice wrapped in sliced beef. It was 800 yen and honestly we found that it was quite expensive for what we're buying, but it wasn't too bad. How's it? Nice? See the inside.
Your camera only will take the video, don't have sound effect, right? Your camera only got video, no sound effect, right? Really?
Why won't have sound? Well, I'm gonna remove the power. Say what you want to say.
How is it? How is it?
Huh?
How is it?
How are you?
How is it?
What?
Why are you pointing?
The rice is not what I expected though. I thought it's like sticky rice. Afterwards, we went to get some fruits. We saw these strawberries on sticks in a fruit store, and they actually had 2 types of strawberries on sticks. One is fully white strawberries. The other one has 1 red strawberry. The ones with 1 red strawberry was 400 yen and the ones fully white were 500 yen. Is it sweet? The market was getting really crowded, so we walked a bit further out where we came in from and went back to the first food store that we saw and got ourselves some hot sweet potatoes from this vendor. It's not hot.
Yeah, I know.
But sweet potato, it's not very hot, but it's quite sweet. So taking a break from the meats and having this. Yeah, what are we gonna have next? Shall we have crab? We'll have crab next. There are actually many stalls selling grilled seafood, but we just decided to walk into a random one. We initially wanted to have crab, but we were so full by the end of everything that we only ordered 3 things: crab butter, raw oysters, and also a stick of scallop. For the raw oysters, they'll actually put some soy sauce and spring onions on top, and then for the crab butter they will make it hot, and then for scallops they will grill it, put some soy sauce and spring onions on top as well. Walking further down, there was an old lady selling these traditional Japanese sweets, and we got ourselves 1 stick of kinako mochi. This is mochi with roasted soybean powder.
How is it?
There were also the crispy seafood crackers, and we chose the one with shrimp. The waiting time was about 10 minutes and she made it fresh on the spot. I believe you can also order just the pre-made one that they hang up there, but obviously watching her make it is another experience of its own. After that, we stumbled upon this really cute small cafe in one of the alleys within the market, and we got ourselves some matcha latte and a financier. The cafe also has an antique shop attached to it, and it's a pretty small setup run by one guy, which I believe is the owner. It's a really cozy, nice place to take a break from the hustle and bustle of the market. Afterwards, we went to a Gashapon shop, and I went to the Gashapon with a One Punch Man keychain, and I didn't manage to get Saitama at first, but my boyfriend helped me out and he got Saitama for me. I'm still not sure where I'm gonna hang this, so do give me some ideas if you have any. After digesting, we went to Gyukatsu Motomura. This is one of those famous places you see all over TikTok and Instagram. We went at 3 p.m. and there wasn't any queue, which is fantastic. I heard that you usually have to queue about an hour or so for it during peak hours. There are different portion sizes to choose from. You can choose from 1 cutlet, 1.5 cutlets, and 2 cutlets. What they usually recommend is 1.5 for ladies and 2 cutlets for men. For us, we were still quite full, so we both got 1.5 cutlets each, and it was definitely sufficient for us. Each set comes with a cutlet, rice, salad, 2 small side dishes, and also 1 tiny dessert. After our late lunch, we went back to the hotel to do some laundry. One thing that I noted is that a lot of hotels in Japan actually do have coin laundries within the hotel itself, so you guys don't have to pack so many clothes within your luggage. Going out for dinner. And what are we having for dinner today? What did I say? We're gonna find that izakaya that we never mentioned to find. Managed to find. And then we're gonna takoyaki again, and then maybe eat karo. And of course, we had to get takoyaki again before dinner. This is Takoyaki Wanaka Dotombori. Out of the 3 takoyaki places that we've had so far, this was ranked number 2 for me. I personally feel like the flavour of the batter in this one is a lot more pronounced, but they can definitely put a little bit more sauce on this. And for dinner, we went to this place called Sandaime Dotombori-ikkyu. This is definitely a hidden gem. I saw this place on Google and I couldn't find it for the first 2 days. On the 3rd day, we finally managed to find it. This is actually not located at the main food street, but actually at the back where the river is. So it is really not very easy to find. And one thing that I noticed is that even though they say that they close at 12, the owner actually stops receiving people after a certain point. And so once their last few customers are done with food, they will just close. So I highly recommend you guys go there early if you want to try it. The food is really nice, fresh, and you can see that it's made with love. It's also really value for money. For around 5 dishes, including sashimi and 3 alcoholic beverages, it totaled up to 6,000 yen, which is less than $60 SGD for 2 people. After dinner, we couldn't resist getting more takoyaki because it's our last night in Osaka. So we went across the bridge to this place called Acchichi, Honpo Dotonbori. To be very frank, this was our least favorite. Firstly, the takoyaki was overcooked. If you can see in the videos, it's a bit charred and texture-wise, it's quite hard. The octopus inside the takoyaki is also a lot tougher than the ones we had in other shops. But there is a pretty long queue, so I'm sure there are people who like it. To end our night, we went to the arcade to play with some claw machines, and I got this inappropriate looking stress ball. And that concludes our night. Sadly, this is our last day in Osaka. Our first stop is to this place called Kani Doraku Dotonbori. This is where they sell all the crab related food. In the mornings, they actually sell crab buns. And I saw this online on the very last day and I really wanted to try it. This place specializes in crab related products, and from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. or until they sell out, they actually sell crab buns. So the filling of the buns are crab and maybe pork, I'm not very sure. It opened at 11 o'clock and we were the first to get it. It was so good, guys. It was really very yummy. And I'm usually not a bun person, but the bun was really very fluffy and the fillings were flavorful yet not too overpowering. And I really regretted not getting more of this. We wanted to have lunch at Ichiran, but the queue was too long, so we just went to a random ramen store. I couldn't find the store name on Google Maps, but it's next to UOMARU Suisan Dotonbori, which is an izakaya store. The ramen was nice and comforting. It's not out of this world, but it's definitely worth a try if you guys like ramen. After that, I really wanted to go to this place at Umeda called Grenier. They actually sell pastries and some other baked goods, but we went there specially for this particular pastry. Not sure what it's called, but it was super yummy. There is custard filling in the middle and they're very generous with the strawberries as well. So there's strawberries on the outside and strawberries on the inside. I'm usually not a big fan of sweet stuff, but the pastry and the fillings are really light and nice. It's not overly sweet as well, and I can definitely have more of these. But do note that because of how flaky the pastries are, it can be a bit difficult to eat because it will fall all over the place, and there are a lot of pigeons flying around waiting to eat your food. While taking photos of the pastries, we realized that there is a Ferris wheel behind us. It is located within the HEPFIVE mall, which is just right behind Umeda train station. So we decided to give that a try. It was quite scary because both of us are afraid of heights, but the view was pretty nice. It started to rain halfway through, so we couldn't really see much, but it was a really nice experience overall, and each ticket cost about $5. Within the HEPFIVE mall, there are also a lot of shopping options and thrift stores that are well curated. So if you guys are interested and will be around the area, this is definitely a place that is worth checking out. Afterwards, we wanted to snack a little bit, so we went to this place called Onigiri Gorichan. It's actually next to Nakazaki train station, and you don't really have to walk from Umeda, but it's just a 10 minutes walk away. We waited pretty long for a seat, but if you want to take away, you don't actually have to wait. They make the onigiris fresh and it's huge. But my favorite part about the meal is actually the dashi stock. So they have a counter there for you to make your own broth. So they have the stock, some condiments, and things like spring onion, seaweed, sesame, and crispy rice crackers. And what you do, you actually put your leftover onigiri inside and make it into kind of a congee situation. And yeah, it was actually really nice. I had the onigiri with the onsen eggs and it went really well with the broth. I will definitely have it again. I didn't take much footages after this, but this area actually has a lot of small little thrift stores and tiny cafes. It's kind of like the hipsterish area in Osaka. So if you guys are interested in thrifting, after HEPFIVE, you guys can take a walk down and explore the area. At night, we went back to KUKURU again, and this time round, we got 10 pieces of takoyaki. We honestly regretted not getting more. We should have just gotten 10 pieces each. I think this is really the nicest out of all the ones we've tried. Thank you.
What is the sauce?
It's like, I don't know ice cream. It's like sweet and a bit salty. Look at how excited he is.
They give me the nice one.
Whew, which one are you looking for? Which one are you hoping for? Which one?
Actually, this one.
Okay. I think this one is quite cute too. Whoa! Try and see.
Oh my god, the ugly one.
Which one?
The color one. Okay, go. You want which one again? Or the whole face like yours.
I got the one that you want. Eh, no, this is a red.
Oh, this is the hamster.
Yeah, quite cute. What's the other one? The cat? Sure. But they're not fighting each other. Oh, yes, they are. Nice, I love it. For dinner, we decided to just keep it simple and go to a Yakiniku restaurant right below our hotel. We got some things that we usually can't find in Singapore. The onigiri you can find in Singapore lah, but there's just a lot more variety here. And then this sake steamed clams. Then this is kokuts with cheese inside and additional kokuts. And we got asahi and one non-alcoholic drink, and this totaled up to about 14 SGD. On our final morning in Osaka, before we boarded the train to Kyoto, we went to the market again to try the king crab. I'm not sure if it's just the store we went to and also the things we ordered, but it was really not as amazing as I expected, and honestly pretty disappointing for the price. But an experience is an experience. This is cheese gratin. What's this king oyster mushroom? Super huge scallops. Look at it. And then what we came for, which is the crab. Yes! Yums! 怎么讲的? It's time to check out of our hotel at Osaka.
This could be anything.
This. We also grabbed some melon juice and fish cakes on the way back, and now we are en route to Kyoto. See you guys in my next video, and thanks for watching.